We are Delaware State University. Good evening to all my fellow alumni and friends in our global hornet's nest. My name is Reggie Spade. I am a native Washingtonian and former senior class president from the distinguished graduating class of 1992. Furthermore, I am an active and dues-paying member of both our National Alumni Association and my local Greater Washington, D.C. Alumni Chapter. It gives me great joy to bring you all greetings on our inaugural National Alumni Video Conference call from our satellite campus in Wilmington, Delaware. Wow, how quickly things have changed for DSU. On January 1st, 2020, we welcome in a new decade, but also our new and 12th president, Dr. Tony Allen. You will hear from our new president, Dr. Allen, shortly. I just wanted to share my role and thoughts on the purpose of tonight's call. Dr. Allen formed a university leadership transition team, which is a committee that is composed of a broad group of DSU leaders and stakeholders, which also includes students and, most importantly, alumni. As a member of the transition team, I am an alumni representative who will ensure that we, the alumni, have a voice during the evolution of our beloved institution. The power of partnership with unparalleled alumni participation. The purpose of tonight's call is to give our president, Dr. Allen, a unique platform to engage with alumni more inclusively and transparently. Dr. Allen is a proactive leader who desperately wants to repair, restore, and reclaim a partnership with alumni. By utilizing today's technology to maximize our outreach and engagement with all of DSU global community members, this medium, I believe, will restore Hornet pride with unparalleled participation from alumni across the globe. This platform gives us the power to convey proclamations, update our global alumni community in real time while recording this video call so it's available for consumption later. We can also gather data in real time via polls, surveys, and collect questions from alumni. The president can use this data to make intelligent and informed decisions based on real feedback from the alumni. Our voices are valued and will be heard. By actively participating is how we develop a strategic local, national, and global community partnership with all stakeholders for the benefit of our Delaware State University. I encourage you to visit the transition team website after this national call to learn more. But remember, the power of partnership with unparalleled alumni participation because we are Delaware State University. Cliff, it's up to you, good buddy. Introduce the president. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Spade. Good evening, fellow alumni of Delaware State University. I'm Cliff Burrell, the National President of the Delaware State University Alumni Association. There is a change on the horizon at Delaware State University. That change is in the engagement between the university and its alumni. The Delaware State University Alumni Association fully supports this change, and we fully support the new president of Delaware State University, Dr. Tony Allen. So without any further ado, I would like to present to some and introduce to others on this president today, the 12th president of Delaware State University, Dr. Tony Allen.
Thanks, Cliff. Thanks, Reg. What a wonderful introduction. Fantastic. And I am so glad to have you two here and to have so many alum across the world participating on this video teleconference. What a wonderful technology for us. I couldn't be more excited. I'm about a month and a half on the job, and it is really, really the best professional decision I've ever had the opportunity to make. As you know, I've been here for almost 3 years now. First for 2.5 years as provost, and now in this wonderful, wonderful position representing you all. As I've said to my team, faculty, staff, and students, this opportunity is not about me. It's about us and how we grow together. Some of you know my history and story, but I've been asked the question several times, why me for Delaware State University? Let me just tell you again, I'm a first-generation college student. My mother was a single mom, teenage mother. My father never finished the 11th grade. But they had one opportunity for me, and that was to get my education by any means necessary. That changed my life, and I know that there are many students that know that circumstance and that background and share that story. It is my opportunity to serve them as I have been served. I also know that there are two primary indicators for success at our wonderful university: the students that come through and our ability to teach them, and the alumni that go on to make a difference in the world for themselves, for their families, and for their communities. That's why this is particularly important. I also want to give a big shout out to Reggie and Cliff for challenging us to have this particular kind of forum. This is one of 4 forums that will happen throughout the year, dedicated to each of the pillars of the transition that you'll find out about a little later. So let's get into it. I have a couple of slides just to go through, just to remind you how important and proud this institution is. You'll see here our vision. We want to be the most diverse, contemporary, historically Black college and university in America. We've chosen those terms very specifically: diverse. Many have asked me the question, are we talking about racial and ethnic diversity? I say this: we're already one of the most diverse HBCUs in the country from a racial and ethnic perspective. What I am talking about is the diversity and comprehensive nature of our programs. Think about it: 40 undergraduate majors, 30 minors, 16 master's programs, 5 doctoral degrees, a research portfolio of $23 million, a growing historic enrollment, more students at Delaware State than any other time in our history, and an international portfolio. That's what it takes to be a proud university that brings real value back to each of you, each of our students, and to the communities we serve. Second, contemporary. This is one example of contemporary. We need to make sure that we're giving our students contemporary tools for a 21st century America. They deserve that much and more. We also need to look like a contemporary organization. That means our physical infrastructure. When you come back home, whether that be for homecoming or just visiting the campus, you should feel proud of the growth that you're seeing physically. And it also means making sure that we can provide real tools that will help change students' lives as they go into the future. Finally, HBCU. We are a proud HBCU. I have been asked many times, are HBCUs still relevant? My answer remains the same. If you didn't have us, you would have to invent us. There is not a greater value, in my view, in higher education than the HBCU experience, and Delaware State is at the top of that list. Nowhere can you find the most diverse set of students, staff, and faculty, whether that be from folks who have been generations of Delaware State University alum or first-generation college students like me, and ensure that they have the best education to prepare them for a 21st century world. So who knows that? Alum, many people know it. There are many reports that assess historically Black colleges and universities in general across the country. You know some of them: U.S. News and World Report, Wall Street Journal, London Times, which is a global recognition. In 2019, we were rated the #1 public HBCU in the country, and you can see that we were 6th and 8th overall in those other publications. What that does for us is attract more and more students who know the comprehensive nature of our institution and what we can do for the future. Enrollment. In colleges and universities across America, enrollment is down about 5.5% over the last 10 years. At Delaware State University, over that same time period, we're up 40%. That has a lot to do with who we are, and I can say proudly, it has a lot to do with the alum and your ability to encourage people to give your alma mater a chance. More of that will come when you think about our growing online portfolio, particularly for those who are nearing completion but stopped out of school for some reason. When you think about our strong undergraduate reputation, when you think about our growing graduate portfolio, I see this number going up, up, and up. Contemporary, you'll see again, Apple recognizes us as a distinguished Apple school. 2 years ago, we made a declaration that we wanted to go digital by the end of 2020. Why? Because we wanted to make sure that we could give contemporary tools to our incoming students so that they could be prepared. We also wanted to give our faculty those same tools so that they could be teaching students in the way that they learn. We know anecdotally that many of our students are either first generation and or low income. And sometimes that enables them to prohibits them from having difficult opportunities to actually do things like purchase books on time. Anecdotally, some students for a long time literally wait to the middle of the semester to purchase their books because they could not afford them. We wanted to change that. Our ability to put an iPad or a MacBook Pro in the hands of every incoming freshman, demand that our university go digital by the end of 2020, creates a level playing field for all. And Apple is noticing. We're the only HBCU in America that has that unique opportunity. You know about our aviation program and its historic roots with the Tuskegee Airmen. What you may not know is we, under the great leadership of our Aviation Council, a member of which is on the call today with Reggie Spate here, worked very hard to replace our fleet of aircraft. We now have 11 brand new aircraft for our quality program. As you know, the aviation program produces more professional pilots of color than any other place in the country. We're also the lowest cost provider in the nation. So again, high quality, low cost, producing a real talent pipeline. Our early college high school. There are 425 students that are in high school right now, under the Delaware State University brand and are able to earn up to 60 college credits before they're ever admitted to a college or university. We are pleased to say that 52% of those students come on to Delaware State University. And think about that. If they have up to 60 credits, that means they come to our university as a second semester sophomore or first semester junior. Perhaps more important, they're saving their families on average $48,000 per family. Now, the president's transition team. When we thought about developing the transition team, we wanted to focus on all the stakeholders across the university, both internal and external. And we wanted to make sure that they all believed and could contribute in a candid discussion around what our university should look like, where I should be with respect to my vision, and how we might engage, not just in the year, but over the long term. You'll see the co-chairs listed below. Ms. Bernadette Dorsey-Watley, Dr. Vita Pickram, who's the class of 2016, which is both of our co-chairs. And you'll see two alumni representatives, two of which you heard from today, Cliff Burrell and Reggie Spate. That was particularly important for us, that we engage the alumni from the very start. Why? Because our transition goals are simple: culture, communications, stakeholder engagement, and fundraising. Let me say that again: culture, communications, stakeholder engagement, and fundraising. Culture, we have to do a better job of working with each other and understanding who our primary customers are. Most of us know intuitively that that's our students, but it's also how we treat one another, how we engage our alumni, what our commitment to customer service is, how quickly we pick up the phone, how important it is that we return a call in a timely fashion, how we work deeper across all of our divisions at Delaware State University, so you feel like this is one university. Culture. Communications. I can't tell you how important communications is in a 21st century America, and more important even at Delaware State. It's our opportunity to tell our story and to showcase the university in a positive fashion. I can't tell you how many times over the last 2.5 years I have gone around giving presentations about Delaware State University and had people say, I didn't know that. We want to change that. No longer can we be the best kept secret. We have to extend ourselves. And it's not that we don't have a great story. We have a great story. What we need is more storytellers. And I can't think of any better storytellers than folks who have come through this institution, have real stories to share, have contributed to their communities, are outstanding professionals, and can be showcased in many, many ways. That is our incredible alumni. Stakeholder engagement. This is just one way that we've engaged in stakeholder engagement thoughtfully. We plan to do more of it. You will see me at your various Alumni Association chapter meetings. You will see me across the country with other alum, visiting some individually and some in teams. You will see me recruiting with you some of those promising students in your respective communities. Why? Because we believe we have to do those things together. We have an aggressive stakeholder engagement calendar and plan to continue that throughout this year and into the next. And finally, fundraising. I've said many times as I've talked to alumni, I'm not going to ask you for money right away. What I want to do is deliver on the Delaware State University promise. Our team is committed to that. If we can get the culture right, if we can get our communications right, and if we can engage you in a way that matters to you, then we think we have an awesome start, and then can ask for your time, talent, and treasure. You'll see we had a great alumni weekend. This particular slide just shows you a few of the representatives from the various chapters across the country. Kent County, Delaware, Reggie's DC, Newcastle County, Sussex, Cliffs, Maryland, Norfolk, Hampton Roads, New Jersey, and we plan to go across the country before the year is out. We also started on January 28th with our Newcastle County Alumni Association, where we spent about 2 hours just talking about the vision for Delaware State University and soliciting real support from folks who make the most difference, the alumni. I promised Reggie and Cliff I would announce homecoming today. Homecoming will be the weekend of October 10th. So get ready, make your plans. I promise you it's not race weekend. You will have an opportunity to get all the hotels you want and engage with Delaware State University in whatever way you'd like to. It's going to be a great, great year for us. And we plan to make sure that we can announce homecoming in the first quarter of every year, so there's plenty of time for you to plan so we can have many of you back on campus and welcome you home. Commencement is May 16th, 2020, and our own Dover native, Yuki Washington, a television personality, is the commencement speaker. Some of you might know Yuki Washington because he was the son of one of our most famous faculty, Dr. Ulysses Washington. We think this is a unique opportunity to start my tenure with him and his history and spirit of his family right here along at Delaware State University. So my friends, take a look at your home, where it all began for you, what you can expect from us with respect to greatness, accountability, culture, and growth. I heard Reggie say at the top of the show, we are Delaware State University. And the reason we are Delaware State University is because of you. Thank you very much for this enormous opportunity. And I promise I will stand up for you and never let you down. Back to you.